The Battle of the Nile Sons. In the shadow of the Great Pyramids, a storm brewed. Pharaoh Setka, the mighty ruler of Egypt, was dead. His two sons, Prince Amun and Prince Khepri, both born of different queens, stood poised for a battle that would decide the fate of the kingdom. The court elders had tried to mediate, but jealousy and ambition ran too deep. The crown could belong to only one. The appointed day arrived. The battlefield was the wide, sun-scorched banks of the Nile. Thousands of soldiers, chariots gleaming under Ra's merciless gaze, stood ready. Each prince had marshaled their forces, promising glory and wealth to those who would follow them. Amun, the elder, carried himself with the pride of a falcon, his gold-plated armor reflecting the light like a second sun. Khepri, the younger, bore a more shadowed demeanor, his black war paint streaked like the stripes of a tiger. The priests lit incense and called upon the gods to bear witness. Amun raised his khopesh, its blade honed to a deadly edge. Khepri stood firm, his spear pointed at the heavens. "Brother!" Amun bellowed, his voice carrying over the din of men and horses. "The throne is mine by birthright. Stand down, and I may yet spare you." Khepri sneered, his teeth bared like a jackal. "Your arrogance blinds you, Amun. The gods favor the strong, not the entitled. Let them decide." The war horns sounded. The armies clashed, a thunderous collision of bronze and flesh. Amun's forces pushed forward with the precision of a lion's pride. His chariots carved through Khepri's lines, the wheels splintering shields and crushing bones. But Khepri's forces were not so easily cowed. His archers, hidden among the papyrus reeds, rained arrows upon Amun's men, each strike a deadly viper's bite. In the heart of the fray, the brothers met. Amun charged, his khopesh slashing through the air. Khepri parried with his spear, the clash of weapons ringing like temple bells. The battle raged on, their duel a dance of strength and skill. Amun's strikes were powerful but predictable, while Khepri moved with the cunning of a serpent, his attacks quick and precise. "Yield, Khepri!" Amun growled, sweat and blood dripping from his brow. "Never!" Khepri hissed, driving his spear forward. The tip grazed Amun's side, drawing blood but not breaking his resolve. As the sun dipped low on the horizon, painting the sky in fiery hues, both princes were battered and bruised. Their armies were locked in a deadly stalemate, neither gaining the upper hand. A cry rose from the battlefield as Amun, in a desperate gambit, disarmed Khepri with a powerful blow, sending his spear clattering to the ground. Victory seemed certain, but Khepri, ever resourceful, seized a fallen dagger and lunged. The blade pierced Amun's side, and the elder prince collapsed to his knees, gasping in pain. Khepri stood over him, his chest heaving. "The gods have spoken," Khepri said, his voice trembling with triumph and sorrow. He raised the dagger for the final blow. Before he could strike, a solar eclipse darkened the battlefield. Both armies paused, staring skyward in awe and terror. A voice, deep and resonant, echoed across the Nile. "Enough," it commanded. The brothers froze, their eyes wide. A vision of Setka appeared, his form shimmering like the mirage of the desert. "You have forgotten your duty to Egypt. The throne is not a prize for your ambition, but a burden for your people. Unite, or our land will perish." The brothers exchanged glances, their rivalry momentarily eclipsed by their father's words. Together, they knelt before the vision, pledging to rule as one. And so it was that Egypt's throne was shared, a unity forged in blood and tempered by the gods' will. The story of the warring princes would echo through eternity, a reminder of the fine line between ambition and duty.